I'm Lexxie. We all know that the internet is a treasure trove of recipes. Anything you want you can find with just a few buttons. But every once in a while, you run across something that just makes you go, what? And not too long ago, I saw one of those on Facebook. I saw a recipe going around for chocolate wine cookies. And maybe you guys have seen this too, because I saw it quite a few times. And honestly, I can't say that my first impression was, oh, that sounds delicious, I have to try this. It was definitely a, what on earth could these possibly be like? So we're going to find out today. I thought it might be fun to try a weird recipe off the internet. For better or for worse, I'm going to link the recipe down below so you have the option to decide to make it too. And let's go into the kitchen and see how these come out. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you guys is that I'm going to give you the amounts for the full recipe, but I'm only going to make half a batch because I don't need to eat an entire batch of cookies. Also, I did a couple of these steps ahead of time so that you didn't have to wait 15-20 minutes for wine to reduce. So the first thing I had to do was brown some butter. Just melt some butter over medium heat until it turns a nice rich color and fragrant nutty scent. That took about 5 minutes on medium. And you want to keep that stirring so that it doesn't burn. After the butter was done, I just put 2 cups of wine into the same pan and brought that up to a simmer and let that reduce down until I had roughly 1/3 cup of wine. And that is what we have here. So I'm going to pour that in. You want to let that cool before you proceed to make the cookies, because if you add eggs to hot butter and wine, they're going to scramble, and who wants scrambled eggs in their cookies? But the first step is you've got your butter and wine mixture, and we're going to add in 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Sorry, I was wrong about that. It's 1.5 cups of brown sugar, or 300 grams. And we're going to add in another 1/3 cup of white sugar. Get those mixed together. Pretty sure we can do that much without the loud mixer. Next, we've got 2. Wow, that went poorly. I don't know if that's in shot, but I cracked that egg and it went all over the counter. Let me get another egg and get that off the counter. Okay, let's try this again. Egg goes in the dish. Now, making a whole batch, you're going to be using 2 eggs, not just 1. Next, we're going to use the mixer and mix this all up. Did I add in the vanilla yet? I don't think I did. Let's put in some vanilla. Okay, now the mixer. And you know how this works. You don't want to listen to my mixer, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, I also took a second to clean up that egg a little better. Next, we're going to add in some cocoa powder, and that's going to be 1/2 cup or 50 grams. And 3.5 cups or 96 grams of flour, a pinch of salt, and a teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda. We're gonna mix these again, so I'll see you in a second. Only one more thing left to add, and that's the chocolate chips. The recipe says to add 8 ounces, but you know how I feel about chocolate chips. Who measures those things? So we're just gonna fold these in and see what it looks like. If you like a lot of chocolate chips, add a lot of chocolate chips. If you don't like so many, don't add so many. I know that it's probably a little controversial. I fall on the I don't like so many side. A few more. Okay, then everybody probably knows what step comes next. And that's putting the cookies in balls on a tray. The recipe says this is supposed to make big cookies. I'm okay with that. I like big cookies. Let's make big cookies. And once these are on the tray, they are going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees for those of you working with Celsius. Don't want to lose that chocolate chip. They're going to bake for 11 to 14 minutes. So I'm going to get these finished up and put them in the oven, and I will see you when they're ready. Well, I've got them out of the oven, and my very first impression is they didn't spread nearly as much as I thought they were going to. They're a lot puffier. That probably has to do with the baking powder in them. They're still warm, so they should be pretty fudgy. They are pretty soft. I'm sure they're going to harden up and become pretty chewy as they cool. But right now, like this is my ideal cooked consistency for a cookie, where they're honestly almost kind of raw inside. That's how I like them. I can taste the brown butter. It brings a depth, a warmth, a nuttiness, a richness to the party. But as far as the wine goes, I don't taste it at all. I thought it was going to have like a fruity undertone. But yeah, I'm not noticing it one little bit. All in all, I think I'm going to give these cookies a 7. They are good. I don't want to say I'm never going to make them again, but I may skip the wine. But am I going to try adding brown butter to other cookie recipes in the future? Absolutely. That's going to be a takeaway from this. Have you seen any weird recipes on the internet that you'd like to see me try? That you've been wondering about? Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation. And if you could please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. And then I'll see you in the next one. Bye!